Hi and welcome to my channel. So there are certain money habits that are so bad that if you do have them, you're going to remain poor, you're going to remain broke, you're going to be working so hard with nothing to show for it financially, and you'll be living hand to mouth, month to month, always waiting for that paycheck. Look, that is not good for you. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 really bad money habits that many of us have and what you should be doing instead. So how should you change these 5 money habits so that they become positive money habits and then you can live a better life. It doesn't matter where you are, obviously, because when it comes to financial literacy, it's the same thing everywhere, in the world. So that's why I'm here to bring you this info, because look, in this time and age where there are endless opportunities to make a lot of money, the least you should be doing is getting yourself well equipped with that info that you need to be able to make as much money as possible with the least amount of work possible and in the shortest amount of time possible. I know you may be watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, what are you on about? But yes, these are all things that are possible. And I'm saying this from a place of experience, from somebody who has tried and tested many of these different methods, and I've seen how successful they are and how much money all of us are able to make with just really few and very simple changes. So that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. 5 of these money habits, how you can turn them into positives and make a lot of money so that you're not struggling every single month. So if you're new to my channel, you're obviously welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time, and I do hope that you actually take this information and implement it. And by the way, I have a newsletter where I send information directly to your inbox so that you never miss out on any vital information, and you've got everything that you need regarding the best opportunities in the UK, best side business opportunities you can start right now, work from home jobs that you can do from anywhere in the world without worrying about visas, geographical location, childcare, transportation, highly paid, including entry-level positions that are paying as high as £50,000 per year. I send all that information directly to your inbox so that you never miss out, as well as if you're somebody who wants to move to the UK, visa sponsorship opportunities, how you can move free without spending thousands of pounds, using agents, or visa opportunities that are smooth, legal, legit, and easy for you to pursue. So if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. It's not going to take you up to 20 seconds to join. You drop your name and email, and you get life-changing information sent directly to you, so you never miss out. So like I've said, check the comment section below, drop your name and email, and you're part of that newsletter, and I'll send that info directly to your inbox. So let's get started. The first bad money habit that many of us have really is not having a side hustle. Look, I don't want to say not having a job. I'm going to say not having a side hustle, because the truth is that many of us are employed. Many of us have a job that we're doing, but we don't have a side hustle on the side. And when I say side hustle, I don't just mean working extra hours on the same job, because truth be told, many of us have very low paying jobs. And if you have a low paying job, let's say you're employed as a carer, or you're working in hospitality, you're working as a nurse, you're working as a doctor, because look, I consider all of these jobs low paying jobs. Most of us work in these jobs. If that's where you're working and you're doing extra hours within the same job, it's going to be very difficult to change your personal circumstances. But the best thing you can do is use your extra time to find something that's going to pay a lot more and that you need fewer hours to do outside of the job you're already doing. Because if you have a low paying job, say a carer job, and you're working extra hours in that low paying job, look, you're still not going to make any money. Your personal circumstance is still not going to change, because you're only going to earn so much money with extra hours. And that's why having a side hustle is something that is amazing. There are certain side hustles that if you have and you do 10 hours, for example, you can earn a lot more money than what you can get as a carer in even 3 months of work. So you need to be smart, you need to be strategic when you're choosing what side hustle to do. And I do share lots of information on this channel about different side hustle ideas that you can do, work from home jobs that you can do to earn a lot more money. Some of them pay as high as £60,000, and you don't need any degree. You don't need any experience. You don't need any qualifications whatsoever. And you do them from the comfort of your own home. Those are the sorts of jobs that you should be considering. And I'm really pleased, actually, that many people that watch my videos actually go on to implement those things. In fact, I met a friend yesterday and she was like, oh, Melvis, I watched one of your videos that you did about transcription. I've already applied. I've done my first job. and I've been paid almost £600 for that first job. And I was really pleased, and that really pumped me up and has encouraged me to actually record this video that I'm doing now. It's really good to see those people who are implementing. By the way, in case you're watching this, you're wondering who I am. So my name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner, here in the UK. So as a nurse practitioner, obviously I have progressed really well in my career, and this is like one of the top senior positions in nursing. So it is really good because I earn a lot of money from my nursing job. But the truth is, I don't work any extra hours whatsoever in nursing. And let me tell you, with my nursing job, if I do extra hours, I get paid a lot of money. But I don't do any extra hours in nursing because I'm going to have to work more hours to make money that I can do other things from the comfort of my own home and earn a lot more. That's why I don't do any extra hours in nursing. And so these things that I'm telling you are things that I'm practicing myself. And I have a private career coaching program where I support with career progression in the UK, starting your own side business, looking for those work from home opportunities, as well as visa sponsorship opportunities for you to move to the UK so that you can also have more advantages, more opportunities that the rest of us in the UK already have. Because there are some of these work from home jobs that you need to be in a certain area. For example, if you're physically in the UK, you have access to a lot more opportunities to work from home than, say, somebody who is out of the UK. So there are certain jobs that they would accept somebody from any geographical location. But truth be told, if you are in the UK, you have access to literally almost all of them. And that's why, if you check the description box below or the about section of this channel, you see a link to my private coaching program. If you're keen, obviously, on getting that detailed, personalized, and individualized support so that you can make a lot more money, progress in your career, be in that position where you don't only earn such little amount of money from your career, but you can earn more and then use your extra time to build a side business. That's what there's nothing more important than progressing in your career, but using your extra time to focus on something else. So if you need that support, again, consider joining my private coaching program because that's where I offer that support. Again, somebody once asked me, Melvis, if I'm progressing so high in my career, what's the point starting a side business? The truth is, no matter how much you progress in your career, you're always going to be working for someone else. You don't want that. If you're somebody who is looking for financial freedom, financial independence like me, retiring early, I don't want to see myself at the age of 60 working as a nurse, being on the wards, going up and down. I don't want any of that. I'm hoping to retire from nursing by the time I'm 40 years old. In fact, as early as 40, so that if I'm working, it's on my own terms and in a job, in a nursing job that is really very highly paid and very low stress levels. And yes, these jobs do exist, but you need to be willing right now to put in the work, to put in the effort so you can progress to that level. That's what's needed. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifices, but it is worth it in the end. So that's why you're going to be doing that. So let's move to the second. So the second is actually not saving any money. Look, if you're not saving any money, that is bad for you, because the truth is you need to progress in your career, like we've said in the first point. Start a side hustle. All those two will give you enough money or more money than you should be spending, and then you can save some more. Because the truth is, you ideally want to keep earning more but spending the same or spending less. You don't want to increase your spending with any extra amount of money that you earn, because if you're doing that, it's just a vicious circle where you're going to earn £1, you spend £2, you earn £3, you spend £6. It does not work. You need to reduce your spending so that you've got money to actually save. Because having savings, in fact, many of the personal finance, gurus and advisors and professionals, they advise that we should all have at least 3 months worth of savings, of your salary, which means that if you're earning £2,000 per month, you should have at least £6,000 in an account that is locked somewhere that you never touch, you never look at, you don't even imagine that you have that money. You should always have that as your emergency fund. So once you have that saved somewhere, then you can be saving more money, so that you can then use that money you're saving to invest. And look, even though this sounds like some random literature, but it does work, because again, these are things that I've tried, these are things that I've tested, and they have made a huge impact on my personal, finance journey, on my improvement towards that financial independence, on my financial literacy. And so if you try these measures, they are really simple. Anybody can do them. You're going to see that They are really, really effective, and they are really going to help you to be able to not only save more money, but you're going to make more money and be able to, just have more than you need, but without spending it. So that's the whole point here that we're talking about. And one of the things you're also going to find is bad debts. Look, bad debt is something that is crippling many of us. For bad debt is, for example, taking a loan to go on a holiday. Yes, you need a holiday as a human being to be able to rest, to be able to recharge, to be able to relax. But should you be taking out a loan for you to go on holidays? The answer is no. If you want to go on holidays, use money again from your side hustle. Again, these are things that are incredibly important. Me, for example, I've got a holiday booked coming up this summer. Obviously, I don't know at what time you're watching this video, but all of the money that I've made from my side hustles, that's what I use for that. I don't use, my savings, for example, or money from my main job or any of that to do any of these things. It's only the money that I use from all the different side hustles that I do. Then I use that for my holidays. I use that for social reasons, and I still do that within reason. Because if you're not spending your money within reason, it's gonna be very, very hard. And look, this leads us beautifully to the next point, which is not keeping track, obviously, of your spending and your finances. Look, you need to keep track of your spending and your finances, which means you have to be so strict on what is going out, intentional about what you're spending, and intentional about what you are getting back in, which ties beautifully to the previous points that we've said about, you have your main job, you find a side hustle that pays a lot more, which means that you're bringing in more money, to yourself, but then you need to have a way of tracking your budget, which means that at any one moment you can go back and say, oh, look, in 2022, March of 2022, I spent the highest amount of money I've ever spent. And you can reflect back and say, what happened in March, for example? Did you travel abroad? What happened? And you can see that from your tracker and then adjust the next month beautifully, which means that you need to have a budget tracker if this is going to be successful. And if you need a budget tracker, I have one that I use myself. If you need that, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'm more than happy to share my own budget tracker that I use with you so that you can benefit from as well. The budget tracker is absolutely fantastic. One of my friends, actually, she's a nurse practitioner as well. She shared it with me at work, and she was talking about how she's got two teenagers and she budgets the money for the whole family. Everybody knows how much they're getting. They get like little pay, and payouts for different chores that they do at home. And, it's just amazing. And that's how I got that tracker from her. And literally, I started using it, and it's made a massive difference, because if I look at my budget tracker, I can say in December of 2021, this is how much I spent. How much did I get in? How much went out? And that really helps. You've got to be really frugal as well. I'm sorry to say, but you need to be really strict with what you're spending your money on. Again, it leads us to the previous point that we talked about, which is the bad debt. You want to avoid bad debt. You want to avoid, like getting a loan, for example, to buy hair, or to buy handbags and shoes. Look, these things are not worth it. We've all had that point in time where we're all into fashion, yeah, looking good and all of that is good, but there's a place and time for you to make sure that the money that you have is going into good use. And this leads us beautifully to the next point, which is taxes. Look, point number 4, taxes. One of the bad money habits that many of us have is not actually knowing how much are you paying in tax? Why are you paying this money? What do you get out of it? There's a lot that is involved when it comes to taxation. And I've done a whole video on this channel talking about how you can maximize your taxes in the UK by paying the least amount of tax that you need to pay, but most importantly, legally paying the tax that you need to pay. Because the truth is that many of us are paying way more tax than we should be paying. Again, if you're watching this, you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. Also, if you haven't joined my newsletter, you want to check the comment section below. It won't take you up to 20 seconds to join our newsletter. You drop your name and email, and you're part of the newsletter. When there's any vital info, about career progression opportunities, work from home jobs, side business ideas to make more money, or moving to the UK, so you've got access to even more of those opportunities, I'll send that info directly to your inbox. So I've dropped a link in the comment section where you can also find my personal contacts on there. Obviously, you can find my email address. There's also my WhatsApp number. And like I've said before, if you need that personalized, that detailed, and that tailored support, whether it's with career progression, starting a side business, getting a work from home job, or getting the best visa sponsorship opportunities where you're not spending thousands of pounds, then consider joining my private coaching program where you will get access to that support. Again, if you check the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to see a link to my private coaching program. Once you join, then we get started on working on all these things that we've mentioned in this video, because look, it can seem very overwhelming, but if you have a simple strategy, a simple approach, a simple pathway that is leading you, then you're going to be ready for that success. Because many of us are grinding ourselves here in the UK or wherever you are to like with very little financial gain, with very little financial knowledge, with very little financial outcome, with many of us never really improving our financial situation despite working tooth and nail 24/7. It does not help. And that's why I said personally, I don't do any extra hours whatsoever in nursing. I do any extra hours outside of nursing in other things that are very highly paid that don't depend on me, working on hours. Because if you're working on an hourly rate, it's very, very difficult. Yes, initially we all need to start from somewhere, but if you're following my videos, you're watching all these videos, then you should know that there are other opportunities that you can do that will enable you to earn a lot more, and then implement those. Because if you're not implementing, what's the point for me doing these videos? So please, any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Whether you've got a visa or not, there are opportunities that everybody can do. There are always, there's always a way out of any situation. But what you need is the knowledge, is the guidance on how to proceed legally, safely, and in a way that is not going to have any consequences, obviously, on you, apart from the fact that you're going to be better off with that knowledge. So like we were saying, taxes. So you need to know how much you should be paying in taxes. Make sure that you're paying the least. Again, you can check the video that I've done. The last point is investing. Look, if you don't know how to invest, you need to learn how to invest. Because like we've said, you're not making more money so that you can keep in the bank and let it be there doing nothing. You need to make your money work for you. And making your money work for you means that you're investing it on ventures that are going to make you a lot more money. Here, you definitely need financial advice. Me personally, I've got an accountant. I've got a financial advisor who I pay a lot of money, but it's all worth it because they're able to give me that financial advice that I need to be able to proceed safely and to be able to invest on things that are going to give me a lot more money. I cannot stress enough the importance of having an accountant, qualified accountant, having a financial advisor that knows what they're doing, because some accountants, for example, are not necessarily financial advisors, so it's not the same thing. So you need to understand the difference with the two. And if you need a recommendation, I'm more than happy to recommend my accountant because he is amazing. He's also very good with healthcare professionals, healthcare jobs, healthcare opportunities, help people that are in healthcare. He can advise you on that as well. Not only healthcare, obviously, but I know that he has many clients who are healthcare professionals. So he is really, really good when it comes to that professional advice. So you need to make sure that you're aware of where your position is, you know exactly what to do, and you're having the good money habits that are going to help you to make a lot more money and have a beautiful life in the UK. What have you learned from this video? What's your best point? What's the point that you're like, Melvis is going to be tough to do? I'm not interested in this. Again, leave it in the comment section below and we'll be able to talk more about that and see how to proceed and what it is that we need to do, what support you need, and I'm always here. Keep watching the videos, share this with your friends, with your mates, with your loved ones, so they can benefit from this information and implement it as well. I'll see you in the next video.